up, everybody? Welcome to another In Love with Horror movie review. I'm AJ.
And I'm Christy.
And y'all, we are giving you our non-spoiler review for M. Night Shyamalan's movie, Trap. So if you're not familiar with Trap, this is the new thriller film from M. Night Shyamalan that follows a father who takes his teen daughter to a concert only to realize that a trap has been set to catch this notorious serial killer at this concert. I'm trying to be vague about it because maybe there's people who haven't watched the trailer at all, so they have no clue. But if you've seen the trailer, I think it gives away the main crux of the story.
It does.
So can we be open about that piece?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know why you're being vague.
Okay. Well, I was trying to be nice about it.
I'm pretty sure everybody might have seen this trailer.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's seen the trailer. So if you've seen the trailer, then you know that Josh Hartnett is playing said serial killer. And it's him that they set the trap for. So we are following his journey through this movie of trying to figure out how the fuck to get out of this concert. How'd you feel about this film, Trap?
Yeah, so honestly, I don't think that this movie was bad. And I don't think it was great either. It was okay. I think it has some really good aspects. There's some things I really enjoyed about it. I did enjoy Josh Hartnett's performance. I thought he did a really good job as playing this OCD, strategic style of serial killer. I think he did a really good job with that. I did enjoy the music.
Yeah.
I kind of had an idea that it was going to be a lot of music because, like I said, I watched a segment of the Today Show when I was at my mom's house because they watch it like every morning.
Oh, okay.
And so M. Night Shyamalan, Josh Hartnett, and his daughter were on the Today Show.
Okay.
And they talked about how they wanted to converge the idea of like a horror movie and a concert at the same time.
Yeah.
And so the concert is in real time during the movie. So I kind of expected there to be a lot of singing. Mm-hmm. I just didn't know it was that much singing.
It's a lot.
But the music was good. I did enjoy the music.
Yeah, the music was good. I will give them that. The music was good, but it was a lot of music.
It was a lot of music. Mm-hmm. The story I thought was good. Like this guy trying to get out of this building.
It's a great concept.
It's a really good concept. But yeah, I thought there were a lot of good things about it. It's a positive and a negative, I think. The simplicity of the story. Like it's very straightforward. But I guess at the same time, you're kind of expecting a little bit because it's M. Night Shyamalan, you know? Mm-hmm. But it's just really a straightforward thriller. Suspenseful thriller.
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. It's a straightforward thriller. Not really any horror elements. Like, I don't even think there's even a single, like, jump scare type.
No, it's not really. I wouldn't call it horror at all.
Yeah, it's very much like a crime thriller almost with, this person trying to escape this trap. I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. Mm-hmm. It's definitely different. Because like you said, there is a lot of music. And to the point where I actually feel like it hinders the film a little bit. And that I feel like it's an element that keeps it from being great for me personally. Because while the music was dope, it focused on it heavily. And I get it. His daughter is playing the musician in this film. His daughter, Suleika Shyamalan, is playing the character Lady Raven, who's an artist in this, fictional world. And so a part of me gets it. He's like, oh, I want to, because she wrote, and composed and sung all the songs in this film. So I get him wanting to let her shine in the film a little bit. It's his daughter, you know what I'm saying? I understand that element, but I do feel like because it was so prominent in this film for a large portion of it, that it kind of took away from like the feel and the pacing of the film a little bit. Because like you'll be in a suspense moment, but now you're getting this like musical segment almost.
Yeah, I do think that does affect the pacing a lot in the film. It does have a lot of plateaus.
Right.
And also that also kind of affects, I think, the dialogue too. Mm-hmm. Like in the writing and those scenes and the scenarios. Like I feel like his daughter, like she's obviously a teenager, but they made her character seem like a 10-year-old or an 8-year-old.
Yeah, she seemed like she was early preteen.
Even the way he talks to her, like she's a toddler. I think but because there's this concert going on, it's kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like the juxtaposition of those two things didn't work very well.
I also think that had a lot to do with the environment as well, because he wasn't really acting like that prior to realizing what was going on in there. like when he was like messing with her like outside and stuff like that. And I think that was in the trailer, like some of the jokes and stuff before they actually entered the concert venue. I think part of that might have just been his brain trying to like juggle, like, you know, entertaining his daughter while at this concert while also in serial killer mode of like, how am I get out of this?
Yeah.
And so he's just kind of like playing to the character of being a dad to a young girl. You know what I'm saying? Whether the dialogue sucked or not didn't impact the film for me, because I'm more concerned about the suspense part of him getting out of the situation. Mm-hmm. So they could have said the dumbest shit. I'd be like, okay, like cool, like okay, how he gonna get out of this? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I'm focused on the thriller aspect, because their relationship, it does have some importance. It plays into the end of the film, but that to me didn't feel like the main draw of it all. But going back to, you know, just it's weird, man, because like you kind of said it too. Like we think M. Night Shyamalan, unfortunately, you do connect it to things like horror and twist and shit like that. So I think inevitably when I go into one of his films, I always have that expectation, which I think is on me. Like I gotta dial it back, because obviously he's trying to move away from being known as the twist guy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about Knock at the Cabin, like that was very straightforward. There wasn't like a major twist element to it. It was what happened was what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this film is a similar thing. There's no major twist. Now, obviously, there's some like surprises, just like with any other thriller story. But there's nothing major where normally with the Shyamalan film, you're like, oh shit, this flipped the whole film on its head. There's nothing like that in here. And I think he's trying to move away from that. And I think, and I told you this when we were coming home, that I feel like if this movie was made by someone else and it didn't feature as much as the musical numbers, the musical segments, I think people would have been like, damn, this was a dope ass thriller. Because one, if you remove the Shyamalan name, now you're not expecting any like weird twists or nothing like that. You can go in with a clear mind of like, I'm about to watch a thriller. And that's it. That's what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting nothing else. And then two, like I said, taking out the musical numbers, where if you just got like a straight thriller and none of that extra stuff, it makes it feel like almost like a giant music video. You know what I'm saying? Or like one of those like, you know, concert live DVDs like back in the day. I think this would have been great. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of messed up though when you think about that M. Night Shyamalan is kind of like stuck in that pocket, and I feel like he's trying to get out of it.
Of the twist?
Yeah, the twist pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like Buddy just trying to make a thriller movie. That's it. And I feel like we can't help but want more out of it than just a simple thriller, which is what this is.
Yeah. Well, not to say that directors can't evolve, because they can. I just think he spent so much of his career making those type of movies. Mm-hmm.
That's what he's known for.
Yeah, so he's become known for it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my honest thoughts is that I could have watched this on Netflix.
Yeah, you know,
I feel like it was a streaming movie.
Yeah,
it's not like like I said, it's not bad movie.
It's really not.
The movie's on Netflix. I just honestly felt like I could have watched this at home.
Yeah, it's like, and when I say good, what I think in this app, it's just like, it's a very like mid movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not great, it's not bad. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I watched it. I enjoyed the ride. Yeah, but I don't really have the desire to rewatch this.
It's not, to me, it doesn't have good rewatchability. Yeah, I mean,
and to add to like the music video aspect of this, there's even like musical artist cameos.
There are a couple of them in there.
I'm gonna be honest, when that happened, I'm like,
why?
Like, what am I watching right now? Yeah. Like, this is weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was odd.
Oh, also, side note, Suleika gets a very prominent role in this film.
She does.
Other than singing on stage. She sticks to singing.
It was a little rough.
It was rough. Yeah. Just because her role needed so much depth, right? Like
it was a big part.
it was a very big part.
Yeah.
There was need for emotional depth. There was need for her to express like suspense, fear.
Yeah.
And none of those things really came across for me.
Yeah, I agree. They didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a little rough.
It was.
And that goes back to what I was saying before now. Like, you know, if it was made by somebody else.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get it. He trying to put his daughter on.
When this part happens, I'm questioning like why. What's the purpose of this? You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to really fit. And because we don't get any time really spent with her as far as a character, it just seems really odd. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no character development for her role.
Yeah, there's
It's
even
like,
some things that happen where like there seemed like there was more to it.
You know
what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's like,
they didn't really go back to that at all.
No, there isn't anything else there.
And I wanted to add too, just talking about, we talked about the characters. One character that was really good, you saw them in the trailer, was Jonathan Langdon's character, Jamie. He was funny. He was the dude that was at the little t-shirt counter that you see in the trailer. His character was dope. Like his character was really good. His performance was excellent.
He was good.
It was actually some really good, like, you know, comedic moments from him in the movie.
There was actually a lot of comedic moments, more than I was expecting for this type of movie.
Right.
Just even like utilizing the camera, like those very like super close up shots that they did on certain characters, their faces, things that they're holding, directions that they're pointing.
Yep.
Like, and sometimes they use that to make it funny.
They did.
It was a little bit more comedy than I was expecting there to be.
Yeah, but now all that to say though, there are some good suspense moments in here. Like there was definitely plenty of moments and sequences where, like, it's like edge of your seat type of. Oh, I'm kind of nervous. Like I'm getting a little anxious to see how it's gonna play out a little bit.
That cat and mouse aspect of like you were saying, like how is he gonna get out of that? And Josh Hartnett does a very good job of playing his character to the point where you're like, I want to see him get out of this.
That's true. Yeah,
like you don't want him to get caught.
Yeah.
Kind of like Dexter. Like you mentioned, it's very similar to Dexter. So as you're watching Dexter,
for the serial killer person.
you're anxious, like, oh no, is he gonna get caught this time? Like, oh, why is he doing that? I don't want him to get caught. So he does a good job of, you know, kind of making us sympathize a little with him a little bit, or empathize with him a little bit, and wanting him to actually escape.
Yeah. And I think naturally when you feature the person as a main character, like that's the person you're following around most of the movie, you can't help but to build that on-screen relationship.
Sometimes you don't connect with the character.
Sometimes.
So, yes. So in this case, you are able to.
And I think it's because of the father-daughter relationship that you're able to do that. I think it's an entry point to allow you to allow you for that.
Through. Like I said, he does a good job.
But yeah, like I said, there's plenty of suspense though, because I think even at one point I turned to you and I was like, "This shit kind of making me anxious," because I don't know how this is gonna play out. You know what I'm saying?
Does.
But look, all that to say, and like Christy said, right? Like this does kind of feel like a streaming movie, but not in a bad way. This would be a good streaming movie.
Kind of like at the end of. What was the name of that movie? At the End of the World? End of the...
Leave the World Behind.
Leave the World Behind.
Like yeah.
Like, that was a good streaming movie.
It was a good streaming movie.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah. I think this is in that same vein where it's like, it's not a bad movie, but it ain't great. It's worth watching. Like I would recommend watching this. Now, is it worth going to pay a ticket for? That's the part where it's kind of like iffy. Like if you just like a Shyamalan fan, you watch everything Shyamalan put out, then go watch this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you will like it. Support like horror, even though this don't feel like horror, but you know, support horror. I'm not gonna say don't go to the movies and watch this, but it does feel like I could have watched this at home. You know what I'm saying? And I would have been fine with that. Yep. But I also really like Josh Hartnett, so I'm seated for him. Right. Yeah. And like you said, he did great too.
He did.
But yeah, y'all. What do you have a rating yet in mind for this? I think I got my rating.
My rating is probably 2.5 out of 5.
I was gonna go 3.
Okay, so we're gonna be 2.5.
Yeah. I think that's because, like I said, I think it's a very like average, in the middle, just good movie. It's nothing extra special. But I still enjoyed it though. But y'all, that's what we are thinking about Trap right now, the latest and greatest I don't know about greatest, but the latest M. Night Shyamalan movie. I'm curious to see what are y'all thinking about this. If you've seen the film, drop down in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Spotify. Put them comments in. Let us know. How'd you feel about Trap? Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this movie review. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button because that helps out. And of course, comment. Make sure you share it as well. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, y'all, because we got more dope stuff coming. You know, we went to Midsummer Scream last weekend. We'll be working on some vlog content for y'all. We got like a little compilation. Then over on our membership and Patreons page, we're going to do like a full vlog experience for you there. Then, of course, we still got the watch along coming. We ain't forget. We're doing that wrong turn watch along. We ain't forget about that. That's coming as well. And then, of course, on this Sunday, we're going back to doing the live horror news because, you know, we took that break last weekend for Midsummer Scream. But we are back this Sunday. So make sure you subscribe for that so you can join us live to discuss all the dope horror news from this week. All right, y'all. This has been dope. Let us know what you think about Trap. We see you in the next one. We out. Peace.